Yeah, so this barrel, a little bit better focus now on this camera. You can see just how nice that graining is and how perfectly we've kept all the lines. The lines are absolutely perfectly straight. You remember there was a lot of pitting in there, and remember there was some pretty significant dents, especially along that top line. We got that all cleaned up. And if you notice, the graining now goes in a different direction in that top area, as opposed to in the grooves where it runs horizontally, as you can see. You can just see how nice. See how nice that all shimmers and just came out. I mean, perfect. I'm just really happy. You know, we'd never done one of these before. Not that that really matters. I mean, the same principles apply no matter what we do. You've seen us do Lugers. We'd never done a Luger before. That one turned out quite presentable, I thought. You can just see all that nice graining. Just look at that hammer. All the nice brushed. So it came out just really good. I'm real happy with this thing. I'm happy with them all, like I said, but and just look at that cylinder. Boy, I'm really happy that that cylinder. Let's see if I can cock this a little bit. There we go. I just want you to see how nice that cylinder came out. Do you remember all those flutes were filled with rust, and saved all those markings just beautifully. You know, I'm real happy with this one. Everything else, you got that nice brushed. That spring, see, even, I don't know if you can see on that spring, we made sure we saved the British broad arrow. You can see that little tiny symbol on the right leg of that leaf spring there that operates the cylinder release catch. Right there, that spring. You can see we saved the British broad arrow. We had to work in this whole, you know, on all these areas, but we were able to save all the markings. And that transition right there, that's just perfect. Did all around the trigger guard. It's all rebrushed and cleaned up. All the screw heads, we did all the screw heads. See all that nice graining in there. So, did the trigger. Trigger looks really good. So that grip, we spent time on that grip. Grips are usually pretty bad, you know, because there's sweat on our hands and all that stuff. So, but you can see that came out just beautiful. That lanyard loop, we didn't break anything putting it back together, so that's good. Hate it when we break things. So that nice grip strap, you can see that, how nice and even. There's that symbol, we were able to save it. You know, I mean, it diminished a little tiny bit. You know, if you're going to take metal away to get rid of pitting, you're going to diminish markings a little tiny bit, but that's either a 6 or a 9, but we got rid of the rust. I mean, that's the main thing. And there's that other number that was crossed out. It was like a 24, yeah, 24. You can see that looks just excellent. You know, we didn't really diminish that much. I mean, we got to, you know, we're careful, but it's a challenge. Let's see how this other side looks. So once again, you know, screw heads all done, British broad arrows all saved, every symbol saved, nothing lost, not a single. I don't care how small it is, it's there. You can see that. They're all there. Screw heads, nice. British broad arrows, perfect. That transition line, just the way they did it. Look at how nice that catch looks. The release lever for the cylinder, and it's got that nice. I'm a sucker for this brushing. We really like it. We enjoy it. It's extremely challenging trying to duplicate how they did it, but absolutely just totally rewarding. We love doing these. Love doing all these restorations. So once again, every symbol, Webley Mark II, beautiful. Whatever that is on the trigger there, that trigger guard I should say, that's all been done. See it from this angle, looks just beautiful. The serial number underneath, saved beautifully. See the graining in there. Now here's the underside of the barrel, and that graining goes, once again, because it's a convex area, it's brushed in a different direction than the flats and concave areas of the gun. See that serial number? Maybe I'm moving this gun a little bit too fast here. I'm going to try and slow him down. I know what I'm looking at, but you guys don't always know what I'm looking at, so I got to try and remember to move a little bit slower. But anyway, that you can just see, and all the lines are nice and sharp. We didn't diminish or lose any. Remember, we're excuse me. We're used to working with files and steel. Guns are a relatively new venue for us, but we've been metal finishers for years. So I have a better look at this side again. I wanted to show you those. See all the screw heads. Everything's nice. See the cylinder now from this side. You can see those. So now we can see them crowns better. This is actually a better angle to. Let me pull that hammer back again. This is a better angle to look at the at all that. The crowns and British Nitro Proof. You can see the. Once again, just see the detail that we preserve in all that graining. So. And those symbols, they came out just perfect. More British Nitro Proof. Screw head. British broad arrow. There's that England. Now the England was a bit weak to start with. And I will admit we've made it a bit weaker, but there was a lot of pitting in this area. So I'm amazed that we were able to save it as good as we did, to be honest with you. We're not magicians. If we're going to take metal away because of pitting, going to affect the markings. We try to stay away from the markings as best we can, and this is a really good example of how many markings, I mean every marking, not how many, but every marking has been saved on this gun. Maybe slightly diminished in a few places, but not much. So once again, remember all the dings and dents that were along those lines up in there? So now we got them nice and straight, and if I move it, get another focus here. If I move it, you can see just how the light shimmers off of it. Nice and straight, even. There's no wobbles. A little bit of oil right there. There's no wiggles or wobbles or anything. It's just beautiful, nice straight piece like it should be. I gotta stop moving around so much. My apologies. Gonna lose our focus now. Camera getting a headache. I'll be back.